Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth, as always, is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing wonderful. How about yourself, buddy?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. We are live here at the Volusia Speedway Park with this Regal Promotions special 305 national event here, and our third-party gaming hot laps. Excuse me, I'm stumbling over my own words there. Third-party gaming hot laps about ready to get started here. Admins and race control getting a few things squared away before we get underway, but want to welcome each and every one of you in here to be along for the ride here. Winner tonight takes home $75. Looks like the top 10 in total will take home some money. $275 total payout. Second place will take home $50. Third, $35. All the way down to 10th place will take home $10, which is the entry fee back. So awesome there. Also got to thank Shockeye Racing Performance, as they are tonight's title sponsor for this 305 national event. So again, big thanks to them out there. Tim, expectations as you come into tonight here at Volusia and the special type of field we have here tonight, since it is a 3,000 I rating cap on the drivers here. So each driver here tonight is under 3,000 I rating in the sim. Thoughts on that before we kick it off?
I I'm just excited to watch this race here. You know, from when when practice opens, we haven't even watched them practice yet, folks. They still have to go out there and lay down some practice laps.
Yeah, absolutely. Our third-party gaming hot laps, like I said, going to be starting here in a few moments. There's going to be 8 to 10 cars or so a piece at a time, and each of those groups will have 3 laps apiece. So quick qualifying, and then we'll turn right around into the Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotion single car time trials. So each car will be out one at a time in order from their pill draw, and we'll get 2 laps apiece there. So those are the events coming up. If you're tuning in with us here, let us know who you're pulling for here tonight. We always enjoy seeing those messages come across. Also, while we got a couple of moments here, also run through a couple of the other sponsors we have here tonight. Well, most all of the sponsors will be able to get through here. Wall Rider Designs is going to be sponsoring Heat Race number 1. Victory Fuel, of course, is going to be sponsoring Heat Race number 2 tonight. Turn 2 Photography sponsoring Heat Race number 3. And Extreme Rap Studio over there, Heat Race number 4. I don't believe we're going to have a C main, but still want to give a shout out to Metcalf Cinematography. They did come aboard to sponsor that. Of course, just with each and every Regal Promotions event, Admin Box sponsoring tonight's B main. Wall Rider comes back to be a part of the Dash here tonight, so that's interesting to see. The Sweet Tea Gang coming back. They're going to be tonight's caution and replay sponsor. Of course, Victory Fuel sponsoring tonight's 4 Wide Salute. And Elevated TV is going to be our Victory Lane sponsor here tonight. Of course, tomorrow night, they are going to have the coverage of the 360 Nationals at Knoxville Raceway. That event's going to kick off at 8:30 tomorrow, so check out our friends over there at Elevated TV. That event, of course, put on by Regal Promotions here as well. So head over to Elevated TV tomorrow night. Check out the 360 Nationals event. And some great bonuses as well tonight, Tim, for these drivers. Outlaw Designs and Wraps is going to be awarding the best appearing car, and they are going to receive $20 courtesy of Outlaw Designs and Wraps. Of course, Regal Promotions is going to be giving out the first non-qualifier bonus, so free entry to one of their events. Right Rear Racing is going to give out a Hard Charger award here tonight. That's $10 as well. That's going to be awarded in the feature. Two Fat Guy Sim Racing Promotions going to be awarding a Fast Qualifier bonus of $5. And Wall Rider Designs is going to give out a free wrap for the driver who wins tonight's dash. So awesome prizes for these drivers here tonight. And again, can't wait to see these events kick off. Tim, are you hearing anything from Race Control?
They are still doing the drivers' meeting. I believe they just finished. I believe we're about to have an open practice. Drivers are waiting for the word.
All right. Good deal. So drivers meeting just wrapping up. I see a couple cars rolling out of the pit area just into turn one, but stopped right there at the inside of turn number one. Stephen Metcalf, Ty Dickinson, two drivers heading out to the end of the pit lane. About 32 drivers in total signed up for tonight's Shockeye Racing Performance 305 Nationals. And I know we're going to get things underway. A couple drivers just waiting in the wings. It's again, we will have 8 or 10 cars per hot lap group tonight, so they'll get 3 laps apiece in their practice session. So hopefully as it looks like we already have one of the groups out on the track right now. Here, Jeremy Christensen, Donnie Watts, Dean Reynolds, Jackson Sutton, John O'Brien, Corey Denson, Jimbo Rooney, Hayden Todd, Chase DeClue, all on the racetrack for the first third-party gaming hot laps session. You see those times appearing now on the left-hand side of the screen. Jeremy Christensen's up at the top so far with a lap time of 14.33. So he's going to work his way slowly down the front straightaway. Hayden Todd was able to turn a lap time of 14.52 that last time. Bumps him up to 7th quick. Jimbo Rooney, Chase DeClue, 14.56 and a 14.65 for those two drivers. As that hot lap group finishes up here on the racetrack. Next group up, we'll wait to see who's a part of that one. It looks like they're already rolling. Here's the driver of the number 67, Donnie Battiest, heading out there. As they're slowly rolling here to get the green flag, and the green flag is out for third-party gaming hot lap group number 2. Richie Gaines, Brian Kling out here as well. Derek Patetti, Riley Fricky, Armando Melgoza, Robert Puckett. A host of drivers out here. Richie Gaines just popped up to second quick at a 14.35. Oh, he just clips the inside wall there out of 3 and 4. Really driving that car all the way down as close to the inside as he could there. Levi Salzgiver. Now, if I'm reading this right, he's from the same town in the state of Ohio as I am.
Oh boy.
Mansfield, Ohio. So very interesting to see. Levi, I'm surprised.
It's your neighbor.
Yeah, it must be. So interesting. Levi and I are from the same town in Ohio. He's up at the top of the board so far with a 14:31. Stephen Metcalf in the 70, rolling onto the racetrack now. Tyler Bickford a part of this group. Ty Dickinson as well. Josh Borowski in the 32. Joshua Stewart in the 52. Tyler Radabaugh in the 51 machine. Jake Roya in the 14. Jace Schaff in the 3. Joseph Groom in car number 11 also rolling onto the Speedway. Green flag goes in the air. Third Party Gaming Hot Lap Group number 3 now underway. Oh, Groom slaps the wall out of turn 2. We'll have to keep an eye on that. As Jake Roya has a blink entering turn 3. Looks like, as of right now, Stephen Metcalf quickest so far in this group. As I say that, Jace Schaff pops up to 8th quick overall with a lap time of 14.44 seconds. As he comes across, completes his other lap, just a tick slower on that one. So Tyler Radabaugh just popped up to 16th overall with a 14.56. Schaff that time was able to equal his 14.44 and pick up one spot to 7th. Joshua Stewart, second quick in this group at a 14.51. Stephen Metcalf third at a 14.55. Radabaugh fourth, a 14.56. 16th and 17th overall, though, here tonight. As it looks like, Tim, that's going to round out our hot lap. Well, it looks like Chase Martin and the 011 machine is heading out there. He might be the only car in his group, so just the lone driver here in this hot lap session. Lap 1 for him, a 14.62, good for 22nd quick so far here tonight. Lap 2 a little slower, so still going to remain 22nd for now. And lap 3 complete, able to pick up a little bit there to a 14.56, 19th quick for Chase Martin. Looks like 27 cars have taken a time. I had 32 on my sheet, so it looks like some unable to make it out here. As that's going to do it in our third-party gaming hot laps sessions. Up next is going to be Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions single car time trials. So I have to take a look at our driver sheet here. Looks like due up first is going to be John O'Brien, but I don't see him. Actually, he is here, so John O'Brien will be the first driver out here in tonight's qualifying session. Driver of the number 99 machine. Two laps apiece for these drivers. John O'Brien out of Bosque Farms, New Mexico. Slowly rose out of the pit lane and into turns 1 and 2. So he starts picking up speed down the back straightaway. Green flag is in the air for his qualifying effort here tonight. Lap number 1, a 14:42 for John O'Brien. Lap number 2 complete. Was he able to improve? No, just a little slower. He's going to take a 14:43. Dean Reynolds barrels out of turn 4 to take the green flag in his Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions time trial. Dean Reynolds, lap 1, a 14:40. Moves him up to first over John O'Brien. Lap 2 a little bit slower there. Brian Kling, next driver out on the racetrack. Lap number 1 for Brian, a 14:55. Lap 2, was he able to improve? He was, a 14:53 for Brian Kling on his second lap. Where is Jay Schaff out on the racetrack now? In the number 3 machine, driver out of Mitchell, Indiana. Takes the green flag. Or excuse me, that was already the completion of lap 1. He was able to run a 14:46. Good for third quick. Lap 2 complete. A little slower there on lap 2. Tyler Bickford now in the 07. Looks like everybody's been using the bottoms so far here in tonight's qualifying session. Tyler Bickford runs a 14:49 there on lap 1.
Yeah, you read my mind. I was waiting for him to complete his first lap, and I was gonna say, it looks like everyone's starting to use that bottom, or not starting to. They are using that bottom from the start.
Tyler Bickford, second lap a little slower, so he's going to take that 14:49 and fourth quick for now. Chase DeClue next up here in the qualifying order. Lap 1 for him, a 14:56. Lap 2, better, a 14:54, but still going to be 6th quick here in the qualifying. Armando Melgoza in the 531 machine out of Mesa, Arizona. Lap number 1, a 14:51. 5th quick for now. Lap 2 for Armando. Ran the exact same lap, so it's going to maintain 5th for now at a 14:51.
it looks like the track kind of lost its speed here. Let's see if anyone can prove me wrong here.
Yeah, as we see Donnie Battiest in the 67. Completes his first lap. Runs a 14:54, eighth quick for now. Lap 2 picks up to a 14:48 to fourth quick. Jeremy Christensen. In car number 16, we see him run on Tuesday nights in the Short Track Rivals Racing 305 division. Lap 1 for Jeremy. 14:46, good for fourth quick. Out of turn 4 to complete lap 2. Lap 2 slower at a 14:57. He's going to take that 14:46 and a fourth quick. Looking for who's next on our list. As I believe it is Robert Puckett, and he already has completed his first lap. Lap 1 for him at a 14:52. Out of turn 4 to complete his second lap. A little slower at a 14:53. He's going to take that 14:52. Eighth quick for now. Jim Bo Rooney in, well, it's 27 on my end, but I'm seeing 13 on the screen. Bright green and black race car. Pretty slick looking colors on his machine here tonight. Lap 1 for Jimbo at a 14:56, 11th quick. Works his way through 3 and 4 onto the front straightaway for completion of lap 2. He was able to pick up to a 14:54, but still going to be 11th quick here tonight. Josh Borowski in the number 32 machine. Lap 1 for Josh, a 14:67. It looks like he clipped the inside wall there getting into turn 1. That's really going to slow down this second lap here, but he stays in the gas. He's going to complete it anyways. Lap 2 complete for Josh. He's going to keep that 14:67, 12th quick for now. Donnie Watts here in car 74 over at Right Rear Racing. Very bright orange colors on that machine here tonight, Tim.
Yeah, if we get a close look, I believe it's a special scheme. I'll have to go back and look at what he said along with it.
Yeah, Donnie takes a 14:47, good for fifth quick for now. Levi Salzgiver, driver out of my current town here, Mansfield, Ohio.
Yeah, Donnie Watts was representing Oklahoma. Pretty neat scheme. If you get a close-up, it's a pretty nice scheme. That's all I can say.
Yes, it sure is. Levi Salzgiver, though, lap 1 for him, a 14:46, moves him up to fourth on the board. Is he able to pick up any here? Just needs a couple hundredths. Wasn't able to, about a tenth slower on his second lap. He's going to be fourth quick for now. Tyler Radeball, another driver that's familiar to us here on the Buckeye Racing Network as we see him race on Tuesdays and Thursdays with STRR. He comes around a complete lap 1 at a 14:52. Good for 11th quick so far. Lap 2 complete for Tyler. Just a bit slower. So he's going to maintain that 11th spot for now.
Number 17, Riley, out on the track. He's halfway through 3 and 4 on his first lap. "14, 5, 7, 6. He does not improve on his second lap.
Richie Gaines out there in the 111 machine. Indy Race Parts Esports team representing them here tonight. Lap 1, a 14.71 for Richie, 17th quick for now. Tim, Donnie Watts just posted in the chat about more about his paint. Lap 2 for Richie, picks up to a 14.64, 16th quick. Jackson Sutton in the 21. He said the body on his machine is the Oklahoma City downtown skyline. Very interesting and a nice job on that there, Donnie. Jackson Sutton's lap 1, a 14.62, puts him at 16th for now. Coming around to complete lap 2, is he able to improve? No, a little bit slower, so he's going to maintain 16th for now. Hayden Todd in the number 4 machine. We've seen him race with STRR on Tuesdays. Hayden Todd completes lap 1 at a 14.59. Move him to 16th. That 16th spot, Tim, the past couple of qualifiers has been pretty active.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Hayden,
I would have. Go ahead.
Hayden was able to actually improve there on his second lap by 0.03 of a second to a 14.56 and bumped him up to 15th for now. Stephen Metcalf completes his first lap at a 14.59, right there at 17th quick. Lap 2. Wasn't able to improve there, so he's going to keep that 14.59 at 17th. Ty Dickinson out of Grinnell, Iowa. Lap 1 for Ty. A 14.67, 21st quick. Looks like the track is losing a little grip and a little bit of pace as well, Tim.
Yeah, not seeing a lot of people get up, shaking the board up right now, but I wonder if anyone will be able to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if anybody's able to jump up there maybe in that top 5 is Jake Roya in the 14 machine, at least on our end, but it's showing the 7X on his wraps, so he takes the green flag here at Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions time trials. As he's running a little higher than cars, the couple of previous cars, so we'll see how that works for him. Lap 1, a 14.89, 22nd quick. Lap 2 for Jake. Better, a 14.86, but still going to sit at 22nd. as I believe Corey Denson is next up. Kyle Stanley not here. We moved on to the 91 of Corey Denson. Got the Texas Longhorns on the top of his wing. Lap 1 for him, a 14.66. Good for 20th. And lap 2 a little slower at a 14.73. Chase Martin in the 011. Out there now. Lap 1 for Chase. Wow, a 14.42, the quickest we've seen in a while. Second quick. Awesome first lap here for Chase. Is he able to improve here on lap 2? Across the line? No, just a little slower, but awesome effort there into P2 for Chase Martin. Joseph Groom in the 11 machine. Completes lap number 1 at a 14.69. Puts him in the 24th spot. Lap number 2 for Joseph. A little quicker, a 14.62 moves him up to 20th. Looks like Derek Patetti out of Placerville, California, in a black and red lettering and graphic 41. Lap 1 for him at 14.61. Puts him 19th quick overall. Lap 2 a little slower at 14.70. Now Dustin Glenn takes to the track in car 24, but it's showing 1 on my screen. Lap number 1 for Dustin. It's going to be a 14.80. 26th quick. Comes across, complete lap number 2. A little slower to 14.83. He's going to take a 14.80. Josh Stewart in the 52. He works into turn 3. Now to turn 4. Lap 1 for him, a 14.63. Move him to 22nd. Lap 2 in the books for Joshua. A little slower to 14.72. He's going to take up 14.63 and 22nd quick. And last and certainly not least, Andrew Reigel, mastermind here at Reigel Promotions Esports. Works his way around the racetrack. Through turns 3 and 4. Oh, car almost got out from underneath of him there. Had to gather it back in and completes lap 1. Runs a 15.50. They're 29th quick. A lot more stable for him there that time through 3 and 4. Should be a good pickup here on lap 2. Lap 2, a 14.73. Move him to 27th quick for Andrew Reigel. And that's going to do it for tonight's 2 Fat Guy Sim Racing Promotions time trials. Remember, quick time gets a bonus from 2 Fat Guy Sim Racing Promotions, so congratulations to Dean Reynolds on winning that. I believe that was $5 if I was reading that right. Yeah, so Dean Reynolds takes home $5 for tonight's fast qualifier bonus. Awesome job there tonight, Dean. Got to be nice already, Tim, though, to take home a little bit of money before we get into the main part of the racing action.
Yeah, you already made up a little bit of your money back.
Yeah, absolutely. There, still kind of surprising, though, that lap time we saw from Chase Martin, as far down in the pill order as he was able to come out there and run that 14:42 to sit second on the qualifying chart. All right, we're going to roll into heat racing action. There's no invert here tonight, so it's just going to be heads up based on the qualifying time. A couple of things to note. The top 2 from each heat will be in the dash here tonight, and we're going to take the top 5 from each heat race into tonight's feature. Let's look at the starting lineup here. In heat race number 1, Wall Rider Designs heat race number 1, pardon me. Dean Reynolds, Levi Salzgiver on the front row. Tyler Bickford, Brian Kling will be row 2. Row 3 will be Riley Fricke and Joseph Groom. Row 4 is going to be Josh Borowski and Jake Roya. Eight laps the distance. Top 5 move on into the feature. The top 2 are going to go to the dash. Wall Rider Designs Heat Race 1. Also, the top 2, like I said, will be part of Wall Rider Designs Dash. So, Dean Reynolds, Levi Salzgiver want to maintain those top 2 spots. And looks like Riley Fricke is right there on the bubble spot there in 5th. Joseph Groom, Josh Borowski, Jake Roya currently on the outside looking in here. As the field works down the back straightaway here. Gonna get the green flag though this time. Dean Reynolds in control in that number 79. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air, and we are racing here at Volusia. Reynolds leads the charge into 1. Side by side for 3rd, Tyler Bickford, Brian Kling. Let's see if they settle it out down the back straightaway. No, Bickford going to use the inside. Uh-oh, he taps the inside wall. Brian Kling's going to use his momentum to power around. Brian Kling into 3rd, Bickford back to 4th. They're battling frantically for that transfer spot. Riley Fricke, Jake Roya was sideways into turn 1. Fricke on the inside, Roya in the middle. Roya with the momentum moves up to 5th and holds on to the transfer spot for now. Back up front, Dean Reynolds has a 4 or 5 car length gap back to Levi Salzgiver. 3rd place is going to be challenged there. Bickford looks to the inside once again of Brian Kling.
Riley made contact with that number 7 machine. Or, well, I believe that's Jake in the 14 on our scoring machine here.
Yeah, Jake.
They both made contact, and Riley came out with the worst of it.
Yeah, no kidding. He's holding on to that transfer spot again up front. Still, Dean Reynolds leading the charge, 0.8 of a second. Back to Levi Salzgiver. Tyler Bickford finally able to complete that pass on Brian Kling, move him to 3rd. Kling back to 4th. 2 laps to go already, and Jake Roya in that final transfer spot does have a gap to the car behind him and in front of him, so in a nice bubble here. Up front, though, Dean Reynolds takes that white flag. Still holding a steady 0.8 of a second advantage. Using that middle groove through 3 and 4, and he's going to take the checkered flag here. In Wall Rider Designs Heat Race number 1, Levi Salzgiver will be P2. 3rd to Tyler Bickford, Brian Kling 4th, and Jake Roya, that final transfer spot into the night's feature. Josh Borowski, Joseph Groom, Riley Fricke will have to go to the B main. Dean Reynolds, Levi Salzgiver to Wall Rider Designs Dash here tonight. Let's take a look at the starting lineup in Victory Fuel Heat Race number 2. It's going to be Chase Martin and Jeremy Christensen on the front row. Armando Melgoza and Chase DeClue will be row 2. Stephen Metcalf and Joshua Stewart, row 3. And Ty Dickinson will be the only car there in row number 4. Two cutoff points. Remember here, the top 2 and the top 5. So Chase Martin, Jeremy Christensen would make it into the dash if they finish where they start. All the way back to, I believe that's going to be Stephen Metcalf. That's going to be on the inside of the 3rd row, who's sitting in that 5th and final transfer spot for now. As the field works their way through 1 and 2 for the final pace lap here. Tim Henderson, what do you say you get us going here in Victory Fuel Heat Race number 2?
Alrighty, Chase Martin's going to lead him down the backstretch. He can fire at any time after the Dirt Vision board in turn 4. As he fires away, Jeremy Christensen does not get a great launch along with our leader, as it is, we have 70 all the way to a transfer spot already.
Whoa! And Joshua Stewart was all but out of control out of turn 2 that time, Tim.
Yeah, I think I missed that. Oh, we got contact for the transfer.
3 cars tangled up together. Josh Stewart, Ty Dickinson, Armando Melgoza. Josh Stewart was up and over. He had to tow into the pit area. Armando Melgoza still sitting there on the inside of turn 2. Let's go back and try to decipher this one. We're going to follow along in our drone cam here tonight. As we see the 52 just got kind of loose, corrected the car, and when he did, he corrected it and kind of tapped into the 531 machine of Armando Melgoza, and unfortunately there, Ty Dickinson had nowhere to go and makes heavy contact with Armando in the 531, so the 3 cars involved there, pretty heavy damage to each one. They're all going to have to visit tonight's work area, so we'll see if they're all able to rejoin or not. Looks like Ty Dickinson able to rejoin, but heavy damage on the right front of his race car. You can see how that wheel is dipped way down. There, the right front definitely hurt on his machine. Armando Melgoza and Josh Stewart in the pit area still. As it looks like up front, the lights are out on the pace truck. Pace truck going to peel off. We're going to have a single file restart. Chase Martin back on the gas. Green flag back in the air. Martin Christensen. Big time slider from Stephen Metcalf there in turn 1. Chase DeClue was able to turn back underneath him and regain that 3rd spot for now. Our top 4 all together. Here, Metcalf going to make another move down into turn 1. Not able to slide up in front of DeClue. DeClue powers around the outside of him. Metcalf once again tries the slider. We'll see, is DeClue going to do the crossover? Not this time, so Stephen Metcalf into P3. Battle for the transfer. Looks like Josh Stewart currently in the 5th place position for now. 1 lap down. Chase Martin leads the charge around the outside. Looks like the number 9 machine of Ty Dickinson on the inside, just staying clear of the leaders as we are at the 2 lap to go mark here in Victory Fuel Heat Race number 2. Our top 4 all single file. White flag though in the air already. Nice and steady for that 011 machine. Gonna use the inside part of the racetrack through 3 and 4. And out of turn 4 to the line. Chase Martin wins Heat 2. Jeremy Christensen second. Third goes to Stephen Metcalf. Fourth to Chase DeClue. And 5th goes to that number 9 machine of Ty Dickinson. So that's our 5 transfer cars into tonight's feature event. Let's check out the starting lineup here in turn 2 photography heat race number 3. On the front row, John O'Brien and Donnie Watts. Row number 2 is going to be Robert Puckett and Jimbo Rooney. Row 3 is going to be Derek Patetti and Richie Gaines. Row 4 is going to be Andrew Reigel. See them sitting behind the pace truck here. It looks like all the drivers have gridded up. Pace truck begins to roll. Next set of 5 looking to transfer their way into tonight's main event. Donnie Watts, Jim O'Brien hoping to be a part of tonight's Wall Rider Designs Dash. All right. Pace truck going to peel off this time. This time by pace truck gonna peel off. John O'Brien in control. He decides to go right at that dirt vision board. Green flag is in the air and he is out to almost a half a second advantage into turn 1. Donnie Watts into second. It's a hornet's nest back here for third. Derek Patetti, Jimbo Rooney, Robert Puckett, Richie Gaines all a part of this battle for the 3rd spot. Uh-oh, contact. Jimbo Rooney, 1 car into the outside wall. I believe that's the 30 machine of Robert Puckett. He's heavily damaged, excuse me. He's going to try to get that car back into the pit area. 2 laps in the books. Donnie Watts, he's under fire from that 41 of Derek Patetti. Patetti going to look down to the inside. They're going to drag race down the back straightaway. Patetti going to pull a little bit of a slider here in 3 and 4. He's going to complete that pass, move Patetti into P2. Watts back to P3. Richie Gaines there in 4th. Jimbo Rooney in 5th. That's would be the 5 transfer cars. John O'Brien, Derek Patetti would be the 2 dash transferees. Andrew Reigel currently on the outside looking in. Jimbo Rooney gets a little bit loose there on the inside of 1 and 2 and is going to have to settle back in line into 5th. Richie Gaines moves up into 4th for now.
We just had a huge wreck with Andrew. I don't know what happened, but he went flipping. He hit the outside wall, bounced into the inside wall, went flipping, and then hit the outside wall. Ended up outside the track for a short second.
So Andrew Reigel going for quite the spill then. as we have a challenge for the race lead. Derek Battetti puts a slide job on John O'Brien. John O'Brien's going to try to cross him over. Flagman has the white flag in the air. O'Brien with a nice move through turn 1 and 2. What's he going to do here in 3 and 4? He's going to fend off the charge from Derek to the line. John O'Brien wins this heat. Derek Battetti second. Donnie Watts will be third. Richie Gaines fourth. Jimbo Rooney fifth. Those are your transfer cars. John O'Brien, Derek Battetti into Wall Rider Designs Dash here tonight. All right, starting lineup for Extreme Wrap Studios Heat Race number 4. Row number 1 is going to be Jay Schaff and Donnie Battiest. Row number 2 is going to be Tyler Radeball and Hayden Todd. Row 3 is going to be Jackson Sutton and Corey Denson. Row 4 is going to have one driver, and that's going to be Dustin Glenn. All right, field begins to roll behind the pace truck. This time, Tim, we'll give you another shot to get us going here in heat race number 4. See, the track really has starting to widen itself out.
Yeah, it sure has. As the pace truck is gonna eventually, no, we're gonna, it's not showing the lights on the truck for me, so I thought we were going.
Yeah, it looks can be deceiving, I've noticed, with these pace trucks here when they're pacing before we go green, because from what I can tell, normally 2 pace laps. That sounds a lot better. 2 pace laps before getting the green flag here in the heats.
All right, the pace truck will lead them through 3 and 4 as Jace in the 3 launches. He gets a good launch as the 51, I believe that's Radeball, right? Yeah. Radeball looking to take over second over Donnie Battiest, who's all the way on the outside, trying to keep up that momentum, maybe a little out from the quarter scene, getting into the turn, as they are now side by side, Radeball and Battiest.
Yeah, still battling hard for P2. Hayden Todd trying to be a part of it as well. Oh no, Donnie Battiest clips wheels. He goes for a wild ride into corner 1. That car's flipped upside down. Looks like we're going to remain under green flag conditions, though. Jay Schaff up to almost 3/4 of a second over that 51 machine now of Tyler Radeball, Tim. Oh no, more contact. Hayden Todd goes for a wild ride. Dustin Glenn as well getting some damage from that. That is going to bring out the Sweet Tea Gaming yellow flag here for the first time in heat race number 4. Let's go back and take a look at that. The incident that brought the yellow flag out. See Dustin Glenn there in the number 1 machine as he and Hayden Todd get together down the back straightaway. Glenn just goes around, but Hayden Todd goes up and for a wild ride, flew through the air for a minute, and went sliding down the back straightaway on the side, and then eventually making contact with the outside retaining wall here. So craziness to start heat race number 4. Hayden Todd and Donnie Battiest at the attention of their crews. As of right now, it would be Jay Schaff, Tyler Radabaugh, Jackson Sutton, Corey Denson, and Dustin Glenn, your 5 transfer cars. As the lights go out on the pace truck. And we got a quick moment. Another event upcoming here for Reigel Promotions Esports. It's going to be on Wednesday, September the 11th. It's going to be the Super Dirt Week at Oswego Speedway, an open set big block modifieds. $20 to enter that event, $150 to win, and $20 to start the feature. A $900 total payout. That's going to be live over on the OSR network if you want to be a part of that. Again, that's Wednesday, September the 11th. That event that's upcoming. Pace truck is peeling off, though. Back to action here in this one. 3 laps to go here in heat race number 4. Schaff, Radabaugh, Sutton, Denson, your top 4. With Dustin Glenn there in 5th. Hayden Todd, Donnie Battius not able to rejoin. So these would be your 5 transfer cars as we come across the line to 2 laps to go. White flag in the air this time. Does Tyler Radabaugh have anything for Jay Schaff? He's going to look to the inside, though, this time into turn 1. Has to slide up, loses a little momentum. He's going to maintain that second spot, though. Jay Schaff on the outside. Fends off the charge from Tyler Radabaugh and wins Extreme Rap Studios heat race number 4. Tyler Radabaugh second, and we'll move on to the dash with him. Jackson Sutton, then Corey Denson, and Dustin Glenn will be your transfer cars. Hayden Todd and Donnie Battius will have to fight through tonight's B main. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup for our admin box B main. On the front row, it's going to be Josh Borowski and Joshua Stewart. Row 2, it's going to be Andrew Reigel and Hayden Todd. Row 3 will be Joseph Kroom and Armando Melgoza. Row 4 is going to be Robert Puckett and Donnie Battius. Row 5 is going to be Riley Fricke. Again, shout out to Admin Box for sponsoring each and every B-Main event here for Reigel Promotions. While we have a minute, a couple more upcoming events. Monday, another event here on October the 7th. At 8:30 is going to be the Reigel Promotions Esports National Open at Williams Grove Speedway. Open setup, 360 sprint cars, $75 to win that one. $20 for 10th place, $435 top 10 payout in total, $20 to enter, and it's going to be invite only. And another good thing about it, it's going to be live right here on the Buckeye Racing Network. Again, that's October the 7th. And one more major event to note that Reigel Promotions Esports has planned. It's going to be more of a league from October the 14th through December the 2nd. Starting at 7 p.m. Eastern on those days. It's going to be the 305 Sprint Harvest Cup. Fixed set 305 sprint cars. It's going to have a $75 top 5 point fund and a trophy for the champion, plus additional bonuses. $5 to enter that series, and it's going to have a 3,000 iRating cap just like this event here. And again, that also is going to be live right here on the Buckeye Racing Network. Tim, how about you get us going here in the Admin Box B main?
Borowski launches. He gets a great launch over Hayden Todd, who slides into second. Andrew Reigel looking to take over the 3rd spot. As so does Battius, looking to the inside, does not make the move. Reigel all the way, loses a ton of momentum, all the way down into 6th. Big contact, he just avoids it. As you got another spinner in Armando.
Yeah, 3 cars with having trouble there into turn 1. That's going to bring out the Sweet Tea Gaming caution flag. Let's go back and try to decipher this one a little closer. let's take a look at it from the drone cam here as we get into turn 1. Keeping an eye on the back part of the field here. As you see, Andrew got way loose. Robert Puckett is the car we're following. He dives way down to the inside. He gets together with the 11 machine of Joseph Groom. And that's what sends them two up into the outside wall. And Donnie Battius had a bit of an issue and calls Armando Melgoza up ahead to go for a spin himself. So 3 cars again, a part of this latest accident here tonight. Looks like all 3, though, will be able to rejoin and continue on here. Also, my apologies. I was saying Sweet Tea Gaming. It is Sweet Tea Gang. So, thanks for the correction. I don't know why I read that as that, but probably more of a quick glance and just assumed. So again, that was the Sweet Tea Gang caution flag. They're taking 2 out of this B main that will move on to the feature, so you got to be the top 2. That right now, Hayden Todd and Josh Borowski. Donnie Battius, Joshua Stewart, Andrew Reigel, Armando Melgoza, Robert Puckett, Joseph Groom on the outside looking in. Or excuse me, 4. Green flag is in the air. Hayden Todd gets us back underway in RB main. Donnie Battius going to look to the inside of Josh Borowski. Thought about it. Unable to keep the momentum up. He's going to tuck back in line in 3rd for now. Joshua Stewart following close behind in the 4th position. Armando Melgoza moves his way up into 5th. He's going to try to chase down the top 4 to get into that transfer position. The 32 of Josh Borowski thought about making a move to the inside of Hayden Todd there out of turn 4. But he settles in line for now. Our top 4 have a nice gap back to the 531 of Armando Melgoza. He's trying to run them down. It's about 0.7 of a second. He's trying to run down. Oh, Andrew Reigel gets tangled up into the outside wall, and he goes for a spin. And he's going to bring out the 2nd Sweet Tea Gang caution here in admin box B main. Let's jump back and take a look at how that all got started. As we see Andrew just kind of sliding his way up on corner exit and just ran out of track and got into the outside wall, and the outside wall just kind of sucked him in. And then when the gap came, the car pushed a little further to the outside, and that's when the wall juts back out is what got that car spun around sideways and backwards, and looks like broke the right rear on that race car. So he's going to have to bring it to the attention of his crew in the pit area. Looks like Hayden Todd also had to bring his car into the work area. Did we see what happened to Hayden as he was leading this thing?
I did not see.
And we're going to take a look at a replay here and try to see what happened to Hayden Todd. Oh, he clipped wheels with the 32 of Josh Borowski, and heavily damaged, went up and over into turn 3. So heavy damage to the 4 machine of Hayden Todd. Very unfortunate there. as it looks like Josh Borowski's going to get an EOL for that, and now Donnie Battiest is going to be the new leader with Joshua Stewart in second, Armando Mogoza in third, and Joseph Groom in fourth. Pace truck peels off, green flag back in the air, only 3 laps to go, and the top 4 move on to tonight's main event. And it's going to be a battle for fourth. It's Joseph Groom under fire from Robert Puckett. Josh Borowski also looking to get up there and be a part of this battle as well. We're going to keep an eye on this battle for the transfer. Groom has it. Puckett. Borowski wants it. White flag in the air for Donnie Battiest up front, as that's going to be a close battle for the win, as Battiest going to try to defend Stewart through 3 and 4, and does. He takes the checkered flag over Josh Stewart. Armando Magosa will be third, and Joseph Groom is going to hold on for the 4th and final transfer spot here tonight. Josh Borowski, Andrew Reigel, Hayden Todd, Robert Puckett, and Riley Fricke not going to transfer on here tonight. Still want to thank those drivers for coming out and trying and racing and hopefully having a good time, though, here in this event up to this point. But again, Donnie Battiest, Josh Stewart, Armando Mogoza, and Joseph Groom will transfer on here tonight. Now, we're going to get the dash draw here. The admins are going to be working on that right now, and we are going to see the dash here. Remember, the top 2 drivers from each heat race, so there'll be 8 cars a part of tonight's dash here, and we'll have to wait for that draw to happen. And we'll bring you the dash, the Wall Rider dash coverage here in just a moment. While we are waiting, we are going to step aside, though, and get a word from our partners over at Premier Racing Setups. All right, again, big thanks to our partners over at Premier Racing Setups. We are back live here at the Volusia Speedway Park as our dash drivers are pacing. Here, no pace truck because they're running this in the warm-up sessions. We're going to give you the most accurate leaderboard that we can. Here, as it looks like we have Jeremy Christensen on the front row with, I believe that's Jay Schaff on his outside. Then row 2 will be Levi Salzgeber and Derek Patetti. Row 3, I think that's Sean O'Brien and Dean Reynolds back there. And then Tyler Radabaugh and Chase Martin in the final row. Jeremy Christensen, he steps on the gas. Green flag is in the air, and Wall Riders designs dash. Christensen leads the way into turn 1. Look at the 3 machine. Take a peek down to the inside. That's Jay Schaff. He's going to complete that pass, but Christensen's going to try to stick his nose on the outside. Maybe 3 wide. Salzgeber all the way down near the inside wall. Here, Salzgeber is giving it all he can on the inside, but Jay Schaff's going to lead at the completion of lap number 2. Salzgeber trying to maintain there in third on the inside, but it looks like that outside line with the momentum is going to prevail. Christensen's going to hold on to second. Derek Patetti looks to make his way around Salzgeber as well. as it is a fierce battle for second place here in tonight's dash.
Salzgiver is not the only one who's using that bottom. Chase Martin has pretty much stayed pace with everyone.
Oh, no!
Oh, what a huge hit.
Heavy contact there for Salzgiver. And I believe that was Derek Patetti, but we remain green in our dash. As Martin is doing some great things on the inside line here, and I believe that was the checkered flag. So Jay Schaff, Jeremy Christensen 1 and 2, Chase Martin 3rd, Tyler Radeball 4th, Dean Reynolds 5th, and I believe John O'Brien in 6th there. That's going to do it for Wall Rider Designs Dash. It looks like drivers are going to get to head out for a quick warm-up session here. And that's exactly what these drivers are going to do, is head out there and get a couple of quick practice laps in, as a great majority of them are doing that. Tim, anything surprise you up to this point in the night?
Yeah. I mean, look at the track. The track hasn't slicked up at all so far from the looks of it. Also, a lot of speed went away, and it looks like the race, I mean, just racing in any line that you can possibly get here.
Absolutely.
It's all, every lane is working. It doesn't matter what you do, it's working.
Yep. Looks like they decided to not rework the track at all. They're going to let it go. Drivers are running in as much as they can, trying to make this thing more racy, as it already is pretty racy, this Volusia here tonight. So it should be interesting to see how the feature event pans out. Couple of notes before we get tonight's feature event underway. Each driver will have one fast repair in tonight's feature. And as well, if drivers need repairs, they will be given 2 minutes to repair their car under each Sweet Tea Gang caution period. And once we are past the halfway point, there will be no guaranteed time in the work area. If we get to that point, we will have up to 5 attempts at a green-white checkered here tonight. Again, race control. We'll look at all the incidents that happen here tonight. All right. We are ready to look at our starting lineup. Now remember, the top 6 is going to be different than what it is here per the finish of our dash here. So we're going to look at 7th on back. Derek Patetti will be 7th. Tyler Radeball 8th. Tyler Bickford 9th. Stephen Metcalf in 10th. Donnie Watts will be 11th. Jackson Sutton starts 12th here tonight. 13th, Brian Kling. 14th, Chase DeClue. 15th, Richie Gaines. 16th, Corey Denson. 17th, Jake Roya. 18th to Ty Dickinson. 19th to Jimbo Rooney. 20th to Dustin Glenn. 21st to Donnie Vadius, 22nd to Joshua Stewart, 23rd Armando Melgoza, and 24th is going to be Joseph Groom. That's going to be our 24 starters here tonight. Jay Schaff, Jeremy Christensen, remember they finished 1-2 in the dash. Chase Martin, Dean Reynolds, 3-4. 5-6 is going to be Tyler Radabaugh and John O'Brien, and 7-8 Derek Patetti and Levi Salzgiver, our top 8. .30 laps the distance. Tim, who's the driver you have your eye on here tonight?
You got to watch everyone in this race. I mean, everyone wants this, but I think I am going to keep my eye on that 33 machine of Levi Salzgiver.
That honestly was the driver I was going to pick here tonight. But with that being said, you picking him, I do have a couple more to keep an eye on. Let's keep an eye on that 011 machine of Chase Martin as well. He's shown some speed, able to run up top or down low where it is needed. So we will keep an eye on him as one of the best sights in all of motorsports. This is going to be our Victory Fuel 4-wide salute. Thanking all of you fans watching here tonight along with us on the Buckeye Racing Network. We certainly appreciate all of your support and have from the beginning. Again, without you guys, the Buckeye Racing Network wouldn't be what it is today. Awesome job and an awesome sight to see. Again, congratulations to each of our 24 main event starters here tonight. Field all back in order. 1 to go signal here from high above. We'll get to see who brings home $75 to win here tonight. Jay Schaff, Jeremy Christensen, row 1. Chase Martin, Dean Reynolds, row number 2. Tyler Radabaugh and John O'Brien in row 3. Looks like we're going to have one more lap of pacing here, as I believe the lineup looks okay. So looks like we got some Ty Dickinson and Dean Reynolds fans in the chat. Appreciate that. Derek Patetti as well. Again, we love seeing who you're rooting for coming across in the chat, so let us know any other drivers you all are pulling for here tonight. This time, pace truck peels off. Jay Schaff fires away. Green flag is in the air. We are rocking and rolling now from Volusia Speedway Park. Schaff with the early advantage down the back straightaway. Chase Martin takes a peek down to the inside. And he is making up some headway down on the bottom part of the racetrack here. Chase Martin. What a start to tonight's feature event down on the bottom part of the racetrack. Jay Schaff's going to be in the second place position. Jeremy Christensen finds himself in third, and it's a battle for fourth. Dean Reynolds, Tyler Radabaugh, side by side. as my timing and scoring finally adjusts itself from the prolonged pace lap, so everything back accurate now on the left-hand side of the screen. Stephen Metcalf, John O'Brien. Oh my goodness, Metcalf with a big-time slider that almost went wrong, and he gets into, I believe that's Levi Salzgiver in the 33, and almost had a big accident there entering turn 3 the last time. Salzgiver going to look down to the inside and try a slider of his own to repay that favor. Unable to do so, though, this time. Back up front, Chase Martin leading the way. Go ahead, Tim.
I was just going to say, guess who is down, well, running down where we were surprised it worked last time? Tyler Radabaugh looking to work his way up past that 3 machine as he slides up, maybe just a touch tight right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Radabaugh, we've seen him time and time again use that inside to his advantage. He finds himself in the 3rd spot for now, +5 from his starting spot here tonight. He's going to continue to try to pick up a few more here. Back and forth, the battle is on. Dean Reynolds, Jeremy Christensen. Reynolds on the inside, Christensen up on the outside. As they're still going to be battling and trying to figure out who wants a position more. Christensen with the momentum on the high side, but still dead heat into turn 3 this time. Oh my goodness, that 70 machine of Stephen Metcalf almost made contact with the left rear of Jeremy Christensen and almost had big time issues. But they were able to negate that, so good job, good driving from Metcalf and Christensen there that time. John O'Brien currently in 7th, Levi Salzgiver 8th. Derek Battetti still sitting there in 9th. Tyler Bickford rounds out the top 10 as it looks like Richie Gaines, Jackson Sutton battling just at the tail end of the top 10 here tonight. Back up front, Chase Martin, a half a second advantage over the 3 machine of Jay Schaff. Then they have a pretty good advantage back to Dean Reynolds, who's currently in 3rd and has worked his way around that 51 machine of Tyler Radabaugh. But Radabaugh fighting hard back on the outside. Dean Reynolds holds the 3rd spot for now. Radabaugh back to 4th. Stephen Metcalf, he's on the move as well, +5 into the 5th place position. 10th to 5th so far, and we are getting close to the halfway point here tonight. Christensen trying to battle back on the inside, unable to do so this time. Uh-oh. Sweet Tea Gang yellow flag being displayed. As it's showing maybe Levi Salzgiver with an issue as he was battling to the inside of John O'Brien. John O'Brien just tapped Levi in the tail tank. Levi went for a spin and into the inside wall. You don't see it on the screen, but that's what happened, and you now see that car appear in the pit area, heavily damaged. So first Sweet Tea Gang yellow flag of our feature event. So unfortunate there for your driver to watch tonight here, Tim, in that 33.
Yeah, it's racing.
Let's
see if he can get back up there if he decides to come back out.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, Levi, we're right at that halfway point, so I'm unsure if he's going to be guaranteed a full 2 minutes. He's been in the pit area for about 1.5 minutes, so we're still pacing for now, so we'll keep an eye on that. Also, another award was given out at the end of our B main, the Regal Promotions first non-qualifier bonus. That's going to go to the fastest car in our qualifying here tonight that did not make it into the feature. They're going to receive a free entry into another Regal Promotions paid to enter event here. They can use that at their discretion. So as of now, I'm unsure of who receives that right offhand. We'll have to double check with the admins here tonight of who would receive that non-qualifier bonus. Update on the right rear racing hard charger award bonus. As of right now, and to my time in his scoring, Jimbo Rooney +6 so far would be awarded that hard charger award, 19th to 13th, but we still have the second half of this feature event to go, so we'll keep an eye on all the other drivers' progressions here in the closing half of our 305 Nationals presented by Shockeye Racing Performance. And Tim, it looks like Salzgiver was able to rejoin as he goes flying by the field. He's going to rejoin at the tail there in 24th. Lights are out on the pace truck. Double file we go. Tim, how about you get us back underway?
Alrighty, Chase Martin in the 011 machine is going to bring him through 3 and 4. As he launches just now, and he gets a great launch over the 3 machine of Jace. Sorry. Tyler Radabaugh moves up to the outside, tries to go around, I believe that's Dean Reynolds, the 79 machine. Stephen Metcalf trying to make something happen as Jeremy Christensen works to his inside. Metcalf holds off Christensen. He launches into turn 3 as we got a battle for third, and we also have a battle for first. Oh, we got a yellow.
Second Sweet Tea Gang yellow flag being displayed here tonight. I believe that's going to be in the area of Chase DeClue. We're going to take another look at this as DeClue was kind of loose there in 3 and 4. Let's see what happens out of turn 4. Slides up across the nose of the 0-2 of Brian Kling. And as he did that, Chase DeClue went for a wild ride as he got into the outside wall and got flipped over down the front straightaway. Cars going left and right to avoid him. So luckily enough, nobody else with any damage from that, just Chase DeClue as he comes to a rest at the end of the front straightaway. Unfortunately, going to have to get some assistance from the tow truck here to get that ship righted. Again, we are past the halfway point, so no guaranteed time in the work area here tonight. Chase Martin, Jay Schaff, Dean Reynolds, Tyler Radabaugh, and Stephen Metcalf, your top 5 here tonight. Update on the Hard Charger Award. Right now it would be a tie, a 4-way tie. Richie Gaines at +7, Jimbo Rooney at +7, Dustin Glenn at +7, and at Joshua Stewart as well at +7. Still have 13 laps, though, to settle this one. All right, Chase Martin in control again. Green flag back in the air. Going to be side by side for Second, Chase Shaft, Dean Reynolds. Reynolds all the way down on the inside shaft. 3 lanes higher as they're going to be tight entering 3 this time. Meanwhile, Stephen Metcalf, Tyler Radeball having quite the fight for third. Metcalf, be careful, he wasn't clear of the 51 of Radeball and sends Radeball up into the outside wall. And that's going to bring out our third Sweet Tea Gang yellow flag of the night. Oh, man. Crazy action here. We're going to go back and take another look at this. So keep an eye on the 51 and the 70. This is a get down into turn 1. Metcalf just tries a big-time slider, but he was not clear. Makes pretty major contact with the 51 of Radeball. Radeball gets a car, tries to get it stopped, but unable to, and makes heavy contact with the outside retaining ball, and that, retaining wall, and that car goes around and spins pretty heavy damage to the rear of his machine here. We'll have to see how the admins work on that one, as that was a slide job gone wrong from the 70, unfortunately. See, Radeball has rejoined the field at the tail. And it looks like Metcalf was given an EOL, and he's going to tag the back of the field now. We're going to double file back up for the restart. Two by two, Chase Martin and Jay Schaff once again on the front row. This time it'll be Dean Reynolds, Jeremy Christensen, row 2. Row 3 is going to be Richie Gaines and Derek Patetti. We are back underway here as we come across the line for 10 laps to go. What's going to happen here in the final 10 laps, we are about to find out. Martin, Schaff, Reynolds. Single file to the top 3, battling 3 wide for 4th. Christensen, Richie Gaines, Derek Patetti. Look at Gaines, he made some inroads through the middle part of the racetrack, as he's into P5 for now. Jimbo Rooney, we've been talking about him gaining some spots. He's up to P6 plus 13 on the night so far, and looking to make it 14 or possibly 15 here. Up front, though, we have a battle side by side. As I say that, caution flag number 4 is out. We'll take a look at what happened here. Oh, Brian Kling and Levi Salzgiver got together. Salzgiver went into a slide, heavy contact with the outside wall. He's going for a wild ride. Tyler Radeball got sideways and went for a spin as well. Looks like Joseph Groom gets a piece of that, trying to avoid the 51 spinning on the inside, and had nowhere to go. See Chase Declue and Armando Melgoza having to find their way through the carnage in turns 1 and 2. But Jay Schaff was to the inside of Chase Martin out of turn 2, but at the line Martin was still the leader, so Martin's going to remain up front for now. We are underneath 10 laps to go. That means single file restarts for the remainder of the event here tonight. Tim, what do you think so far?
Just these guys out here just putting on a show.
Yes, they are. We got battles all over, up front, the middle of the pack, at the back of the pack. Everybody wants to advance their positions here tonight. no matter if you're racing for first or for 21st. Update on the hard charger. As of right now, it would be awarded to the 27 of Jimbo Rooney at plus 13. Pace truck peels off. Chase Martin picks up the green flag. We're back underway. He leads the charge into one, followed closely by Jay Schaff and Dean Reynolds on the inside. Jeremy Christensen and Richie Gaines side by side fighting for the fourth spot. Christensen with the momentum on the outside, and look at who's coming with the head of steam. That's Jimbo Rooney in that bright green number 13 car. Now make it plus 14 into the top 5 here tonight for Jimbo. Up front, Chase Martin trying to check out as he has 0.8 of a second advantage. Back to the battle for second place now as Dean Reynolds finds himself into P2 for the moment, but Jay Schaff battling hard on the inside to try to retain that spot. Oh no! And he makes heavy contact with the inside wall. Reynolds, Christensen, and Schaff goes for a wild ride. All three cars there with a little bit of damage. We're going to take another look at this one. There, they were battling hard for a second. You see down the front straightaway, all was fine. But as we get into turn one, the 3 machine of Jay Schaff clips the inside wall. That sends his car directly to the right. And he goes right into the 79 of Dean Reynolds. And Jeremy Christensen had no clue what was going to happen and no time to react. And he gets collected in that one as well. So 3 cars in the top 5, a part of this latest incident in this caution replay. Credit to Sweet Tea Gang for the replay here tonight.
Man, if you get a chance, you should go into the driver cam, the helmet cam in the cockpit of Jeremy Christensen. I mean, that ended up right in his lap. Nothing he could have done.
Let's go take a ride on board with Jeremy Christensen for this latest event. You see he's running right behind the 79 of Dean Reynolds. The 3 car goes off to the left. He has no idea, and as he has an idea that the 3 car was coming back up the track, no time to react. Nothing Jeremy could do in that 16 machine, unfortunately. We are down to the closing laps here tonight. Tim, you want to get us going for this restart?
I will. We're going to have Chase Martin launch off. As he gets a really good launch, the top 3 all get separated from the rest of the pack as our top 3 is Chase Martin, Jimbo Rooney, and Derek Petiti.
2 laps to go at the line, and what a run for Jimbo Rooney. 19th to second here with 2 laps to go. Chase Martin leads the way with a second advantage here. He's going to come out of turn 4. Does he get the white flag? He will this time, just one more time around Volusia for $75 to win. Battle is on for that second place position, though. Rooney has it, but Teddy following closely behind. Back up front, though. Chase Martin out of turn 4 to the line brings home the win here. Jimbo Rooney will be second. Derek Patetti will be third. We'll talk to the podium finishers here in just a minute, but Richie Gaines comes home 4th. Jackson Sutton will be 5th. Donnie Watts 6th. Tyler Bickford 7th. Dustin Glennon 8th. Jake Royad 9th. And Tyler Radaball made his way back into the top 10 when he came across the line to be the last car in the pay window here in position 10. As our top 3 are stopping on the front straightaway, we are going to take a look at the rest of the finishing results here tonight. We talked about the top 10 that was in the pay window. 11th is going to go to Ty Dickinson. 12th to Corey Denson. 13th to Joseph Groom. 14th goes to Dean Reynolds. 15th to Brian Kling. 16th to Chase Teclue. 17th to Donnie Battius. 18th is going to go to Armando Melgoza. 19th to Stephen Metcalf. 20th to Joshua Stewart. 21st to John O'Brien. 22nd to Jeremy Christensen. 23rd to Jay Schaff, and 24th is going to go to Levi Salzgiver. What an awesome event. We're going to see if we can get a word in with our top 3 finishers here tonight. Looks like I see our third place finisher ready to go. Hey, Derek, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Oh, yes, I do.
All right, man. What a night of racing for you. Was in the top 10 all feature long. Definitely in the pay window. By my calculations, looking at taking home $35 here tonight. Tell us how you're feeling.
It's for me. This is only my, I guess you could say, technically second race with Reigel. So it's they from everything that I've watched, they've been a big name. So my mindset, I was nervous all night. And then when that one last wreck happened that had me go from, I think I was like 5th or 6th to 3rd. At the time it was 2nd, but dirt track racing, they go lap behind. Put me at 3rd. I'm like, well, obviously I can't say what I did say to myself on stream, but I was saying I got a chance to maybe pull this off. It was nerve wracking because 305s, it is hard to pass in.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen passing be a premium, and you have to get some crazy runs, and we've seen some crazy runs. We've seen some misjudgments here tonight, but as you were able to pick your way through that feature event, what was working for you the most here?
So I mean, it's you can ask my Wyobi teammate who everyone will end up seeing tomorrow. Is I usually I work the top. I work the top till it's gone, and the top to me was like, okay, it's not working. I was all over the place. I was trying to pull slider lines. Towards the end, that started to work. I was trying to work low. That worked for a little bit. It I wasn't running, pretty much anything specific, but I went with like, okay, I got to move forward, trying to find the line.
Absolutely, and it did work out for you here tonight at Volusia. Tim, do you have anything to ask Derek?
Yeah, Derek, you're sitting in 8th. I think you talked about this when you ended up picking up the couple spots with the wreck. What was going through your head coming to the restart?
It was just like I was just looking. I knew the leader had like the bottom line, and with the way I had the whatchamacallit, the slight slider line working, I was like, okay, if I can get past 2nd, I have a chance at the leader. But I think with what little tire wear off the 305s had, I had nothing. So it was one of those. I wanted to try to pass 2nd clean, and I already knew I wanted to slide him, but I wasn't going to do it dirty and everything. So, with the 1 to go, I was like, you know what? I'm getting paid in this position. I'm just going to race to defend my spot.
Absolutely. Well, Derek, before we let you go tonight, anybody you need to thank?
Well, I want to thank, actually, and I mentioned him already, Caden Berry. And like I was saying before, you guys will see him tomorrow night. He recruited me onto the Wyobe dirt team, win it or bin it. And I also want to thank, I don't know if he's watching, he's going to definitely hear about the shout out. Sean Stevens, the owner of the team, for accepting me. I just surrounded myself with a whole bunch of good guys, and, racing with them has made me better. And also with, oh God, Jake, you're going to kill me if I butcher your last name. Jake Roya, racing with him and everything. I talked him, I think it was between a couple of us, talked him into doing the race. And I tell you one thing, in the feature, we all were nervous.
Absolutely, it's what it's all about as a driver. You fighting through the nerves and finding your way forward for sure. Well, Derek, again, congratulations on that third place finish, taking home $35 here tonight, and we'll let you celebrate it.
All right, thank you. You guys have a good one.
You as well. All right, that was our third place finisher, Derek Patetti. Now let's move on and talk to second place finisher, Jimbo Rooney. Hey, Jimbo, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Nice to talk to you.
It's going fantastic. Wow, what a run for you in tonight's feature event by my timing and scoring plus 17 from your starting spot to finish second. A couple of things. Number one, that means you would be tonight's hard charger and would be awarded $10 for that. And coming home in the second place spot would award you $50. How does it feel?
Awesome. That's great. It's really great to get. I really went in, I had a pretty bad heat race there and didn't qualify too great. And my goal was hard charger. That's what I was hoping for. I knew I was coming deep from the back. I wanted to see how far up I could get. And boy, did I get a free gift when those three cars in front of me took each other out with 3 laps to go. And somehow I narrowly missed it. And, most of the time I'm on the bad end of that luck. So it's nice for once to be on the good side of the luck and push it all the way up, narrowly avoiding everything that happened.
Yeah, absolutely. There was definitely some craziness that happened in front of and all around you, but it seemed like you had that outside line working to your advantage and was still able to pass a bunch of cars running up there.
Yeah, I definitely used that a lot, but also I was lucky that I was able to hold it in the inside because I noticed a lot of guys when they could either do one or the other. And, I got stuck in the bottom a few times and that could have easily, screwed me and let a couple guys get by, but I seemed to be able to hold my own there. And then when I got back out in the outside, clicked a couple off each time, but it was a pretty clean race. I know 5 cautions, but it seemed like, we really ran it almost like 2 halves except for that last little run there. But it was a good run. Those long runs helped me click a couple off, and then I seemed to get lucky and avoid the wreck every time there was a caution. So about time I hit some good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim, do you have anything to ask Jimbo?
Yeah, you came, you conquered. I mean, that's got to be a win. Plus 17. Uh, what was so difficult about setting up these passes?
I'd say really it was just kind of, my number one thing was don't get hit and don't hit anybody. I saw a lot of contact, a lot of guys tapping each other. So I think I was trying to keep a lot. I wasn't making really any like crazy passes. I wasn't trying to cut it too close. I was just trying to kind of play it smooth and let the other guys mess up. And that's what I've learned as I get a little better here is, be a lot more patient. Don't be so aggressive. And it seems like the less aggressive, you got to be aggressive sometimes, but it seems like the more I sit back and relax, it kind of seems to just work itself out and you get by the guys because you're smooth and, I was basically being defensive kind of and just making sure nobody was going to get me.
Absolutely, and it worked out for you here tonight. Jimbo, before we let you go, anybody you need to thank?
Yeah, man, I got to thank Andrew Reigel, man. I've been around since pretty much day one with him, and I think I've maybe missed 1 or 2 races that he's had, but he keeps me busy. He keeps me always looking forward to something new. I get excited when he comes out with something different. He put me on the Regal Esports team a while back. My good friend Fred, Flying Fred, that usually races with us. He'll be here tomorrow. But it really gives me something to look forward to every week, whether it's a money event or a free event or whatever. The guy stays busy. I don't know how he does it. And Ben's really, really great at he's come a long way doing promotion, doing the directing and everything. And I really enjoy racing for these guys. So they're the number one. I hope they keep it up because they do an awesome job.
That they do. In our time here with Reigel Promotions Esports, it's been nothing but a blast for us as well. Well, Jimbo, we're going to let you celebrate taking home some money here tonight and that second place finish.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope to talk to you again.
Absolutely. All right, that was our second place finisher, Jimbo Rooney. Now we're going to move on and talk to our race winner tonight, Chase Martin. Hey, Chase, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hello.
All right, Chase. Well, you get to come home with the big payday here, $75 you're taking home here tonight. How does that feel?
It feels great, man. I just tried my best to stay safe for the first part, but then I tried to turn it up towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And you stayed in the top two all feature long and battled there with Jay Schaff, and you were able to use that inside line to your advantage when you needed it. And tell us how you were able to use that inside, because it looks like some drivers were struggling down there.
Yeah, it was a very split track. I tried to not get onto the gas too early because a lot of people were, and the people around me were racing pretty well, but I just took advantage of the small opportunities.
Absolutely, and worked to your advantage for sure. Tim, do you have anything to ask Chase?
Yeah, you led 25 of the 30 laps. Take us through a lap around here. Like, what did you expect, and what did you think was going to work and not work?
Well, I know for me, since the track was so slick, I was just kind of expecting a lot of people to, be a little bit too over aggressive towards the start. And for me, whenever I got that lead, I wasn't trying to be overly eager to get to that next car. Just trying to stay, conservative and then turn it up towards the end, of course. It really helped me to get past these cars and stay in the lead for that long.
Yeah, it sure did. Well, Chase, before we let you go here tonight, anybody you'd like to thank?
I just want to thank Staines Roof Chat and Locust Grove for sponsoring this. They were really helpful towards funding this, and that was pretty much it.
All right, Chase. Well, again, big congratulations on winning the Shockeye Racing Performance 305 Nationals here tonight. We'll let you celebrate it.
All right, thank you, man.
All right, that's going to conclude our interview portion here tonight. Wow, Tim, what can we say? What an awesome 305 Nationals event. Again, thanks to all the sponsors for being a part of this. Any closing thoughts from you?
Just an amazing show. Just racing in every groove possible. Couldn't ask for anything much better.
No, we sure couldn't have. Again, shout out to all the sponsors. I know we can't say that enough. Again, Reigel Promotions Esports for all that they do and putting all of these awesome events together. Again, the next Reigel Promotions Esports event is tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m., and that's going to be the Shockeye Racing Performance 360 Nationals. They're going to be over at the Knoxville Raceway. That's an open set in the 360 sprints. That's going to be $526 top 10 payout, $20 entry fee, and that was an invite only. So I know certain drivers, some really high up drivers, are part of that. Again, that's going to be live over on Elevated TV. We will not have the coverage tomorrow. That's going to be over on Elevated TV. So if you want to check that one out, check out Elevated TV for that. We will be live tomorrow, though. We're going to have the next round of racing for the Short Track Racing Rivals 305 Sprint Division. We're going to be live at 9 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow. So come be a part of that one with us. And again, live on Thursday night with the Short Track Rivals Racing Limited Late Model Division. Those are the next two events on the list for us here on the Buckeye Racing Network. But that's going to do it for us up here in the booth. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. Good night, everybody.